And a good Thursday morning to everyone. Roger Hill, Velco Weather Hazards forecaster. We're looking at the incoming storm system with this band of precipitation. You can see it is mostly falling as rain as it's relatively warm. This is an upper level low that's been spinning in and pushing in much warmer air. However, this is kind of going to get cut off at the pass. This is going to breed a secondary low pressure center that's going to lock in the cold air, but roughly probably the southern counties getting a mix first and then holding snow to the north. So that dividing line is going to be roughly about Route 9, maybe just a little bit north of that. Southern parts of Vermont, Bennington, and Windham County affected by a mix, and then eventually a changeover to snow as the area of low pressure that develops will lock in the cold air and then track to the east of our region. Right now you can see this is mostly rain and with relatively warm temperatures, some of that freezing rain, but it's starting to run in the leading edge a little bit colder air, and this is eventually going to be all snow across the north. Expecting about 3 to 7 inches of total snowfall. Let's take a look at the modeling. First model we're going to show you here is the HRRR model, high resolution forecast model out of the SPC. And so we're just into this vicinity now, starting to change over a little bit of mixed precipitation. This is valid at 13Z or about 8 o'clock. And as that progresses, it gets closer, and then starts to form a little bit of mixed precipitation starting as snow. You can see a lot of it is going to be rain across the southern parts of Vermont as a lot of warm air has been pushed into the region. However, as the transition takes place, a little bit of rain in parts of Bennington County, but no, Windham County has already changed back to some snow. This is valid at about 9 o'clock. And this is 10. And you can see in that period of 10 o'clock or so, some fairly heavy snowfall per the latest HRRR model here. And then that snow, that heavier snow, then pushes on out. It's a quick hitter, and then it just basically tails off with that secondary little batch of snow during the day tomorrow, and then eventually just flurries, and out she goes. And we have the high resolution rapid refresh, so looks like startup time reaching up through about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then roughly through about 4 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to see that make inroads here in the southern 4 counties, and that'll continue to spread north and east gradually. Looking at the model here, this is about 6 o'clock tonight, roughly about Burlington, Barre, Montpelier area, about Bradford or so, and points south. We'll have started to see some pretty good snowfall and starting to accumulate pretty good. We get into a little bit later on here during the night and into this evening. You can see that it's pretty much standard issue here with the heaviest snowfall probably before midnight and then beginning to wind on down. You can see that in parts of western Vermont, things are already starting to stop, and in the east of the Green Mountains, it'll continue to wind on down during the overnight period tonight. Looks like a little bit of a lull toward tomorrow morning, and that's about as far as we're going to be able to go, but a little secondary bit of business is going to come through, and it's going to be mostly all snow, but there could be a little bit of mix of rain during the day on Friday in some of our western Vermont valleys, especially Champlain Valley, and of course down the Route 7 corridor. Okay, looking at snowfall through about 4 o'clock. This is accumulated snowfall. So we can see it will take you through midnight, and this is what we're expecting, snow on the ground through midnight. And you're seeing these light or darker blue colors here. That's reaching 6 inches in some of our local mountains. And we'll take you toward the end here. This is, that would be 7 o'clock. On Friday evening, 7 o'clock Friday evening, tomorrow evening, and we're seeing the storm will be long gone, and we're looking at approximately these mounts here in the higher terrain especially, so there is a little bit of an elevation issue to the snowfall, and you can see that some areas, valleys especially, aren't going to see a great deal, but probably better than 2 inches. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.